Okay, we are recording. Hello to our guests, Sophia and Faraya, and welcome to our viewers to the evening of our second to last day of Speak Up, Sing Out events. This segment is followed by our amazing climate justice panel from the afternoon, which y'all should go check out the recorded session of on our website after this. My name is Sadie McCrae. My pronouns are she or they, and now we have on Big Papi Productions. So would you both be able to give us your name, pronouns, and a little bit about yourself?
I forgot to unmute, but hello. I'm Faraya. My pronouns are she, they, and yeah.
Did I glitch out?
Yeah, just
Sorry. My name is Sophia. My pronouns are also she, they.
Awesome. Would you both be able to tell us a little bit about Big Papi Productions?
Sophia, would you like to go first?
Sheesh, I guess. We just started like messing around one day. We were like, let's make a song. We don't know anything about music, but we have iPads and we have GarageBand, so let's just do something. Yeah, I don't know. It's not really like something I would consider like being super serious, but we have fun with it and it's just a good time. So.
Yep. Yep.
You want to add on?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like our inspiration for our music is more just like, I feel like we're very much into the trap scene, and I've always wanted to make like some type of rap song, and that's what we did one day, and now we're Big Papi Productions.
Period.
That's awesome. I wanted to ask, like, what were your like sort of inspirations for when you started making music?
I would personally say my personal inspiration is T-Pain. I just feel like he just has a big impact on how I write music.
We use a lot of auto-tune, and he kind of is the blueprint for auto-tune. So yeah, big inspiration.
Yeah, you're making me feel like I have to check out some more T-Pain. I feel like I know his like featured songs and that's it, but I might have to go look at that. And I wanted to ask, like, what do you hope people like receive your music as? Like, what would you like people to get from your music?
I hope they just realize that like you don't have to be serious about anything. Like, we don't know what we're doing at all. We're literally just using GarageBand to make noise. And it might not sound the best, but it's really fun to do and people think it's funny. So hopefully just take stuff less serious.
Yeah. And just like make whatever you want. Like it doesn't have to like fit into whatever criteria other people have. Like just like make what you feel like making and have fun with it.
Period.
Yeah, I totally support that. And at Youth Power PDX, we're very, I think, social justice oriented. So I kind of wanted to ask, like, what are some issues that are important to you guys? Not stuff that you express in your music per se, but maybe just like issues that are important to you both.
I mean, I feel like I'm pretty involved with like trying to be like more aware about like social politics, at least like in my own community. Especially like surrounding race, because Portland is very white and I feel like there isn't really a lot of like people of color that have a voice in social politics, and I feel like being informed on that and like trying to spread information about that is something I try to do.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. I'd agree. I think the most important thing is just kind of constantly learning and growing and like educating yourself so you know how to be a better person and like help other people out, but also educating other people and speaking out when you notice something that isn't really okay.
Yeah, totally. And at Youth Power PDX, we also try to spotlight youth intersectionality. And I wanted to ask you guys, you both, what does youth intersectionality mean to you? How would you define that?
Sophia, you want to go first?
Dang. I think, you know, it's kind of okay, this is gonna sound kind of cheesy, but it's kind of hard being a teen, honestly. And I don't think people talk about it, like when you're like 16, 16 kind of sucks. Just kind of sucks to be a teenager. But, now there's all these other things happening in our lifetime besides just being a teenager and like, all this like mental health stuff and like social politics and like gender and like sexuality confusion or bullying or all those different things. Like it's just kind of a time in your life where you're dealing with everything all at once while also just kind of trying to figure out what is your place in the world. So yeah, that's how I define it.
Yeah, I feel like that also kind of speaks to what you were saying about like not taking yourself too seriously, which I think is just a really important message. And I'm kind of wondering like how that perspective of like how it's hard to be a teenager and how you shouldn't take yourself too seriously and stuff like has impacted your personal life and your like the music that you both make.
I think, like middle school and stuff, I think I could speak for both me and Fry when I say we were just kind of like weird and very awkward. And like, most middle schoolers are like that. But once you start having that mindset of like not taking everything and yourself so seriously, and you're just like, I can just be stupid sometimes, like that makes life a lot more fun. And you stop worrying about it because it's like people aren't really going to care if you're just having fun.
Yeah, and I feel like it makes you more open to things. Like before, like we started releasing music. Actually, no, like after we started releasing music and actually like putting stuff out there, I felt like more comfortable like sharing like other like art mediums that I involve myself in, and like I felt like more comfortable like sharing stuff I create, even if like it's not necessarily the way I want it to look or like the way that I don't know. I feel like I definitely like when it comes to art, I definitely overthink it until the end of time. But like I feel like Big Poppy Productions has made me rethink and wire my brain to not overthink about things, but to have fun.
And I think that's a good message to get from you guys. Just like have fun. I wanted to ask where can people find you both online?
Our music is on SoundCloud. I think it's just Big Poppy Productions. My Instagram, my name is Sophia, last name ELL.
My Instagram is Booger Brains with 2 zeros.
Solid. Yeah. Good name. Okay, well, I think that that concludes our interview portion if we're ready to see your guys' performance. We have a pre-recorded performance from you both, so whenever our tech support is ready, we can take that away.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Sorry, 1 second while we figure out how to get the screen sharing.
Hey, hey yo, hey yo,
What?
hey
What?
yo, Big Papi on the beat. Hey, shout out to yo, selling dick for $5. When I see your bitch, you know she finna holla.
Bitch, get the strap. Then you do a lap. Dance on the floor. You know your girl a whore.
Rap it on the track, it's Big Papi, we don't slack.
Never.
Like Jesus, we revive, keep the rap game alive.
Whoa.
Built our career on a damn pair of sneaks.
Better get ready, that wasn't our peak.
Nah.
Ice out, head to toe, like fucking frog toe. Y'all sweat, Eminem probably has a toe. Think we're a joke, always good in our heads. Won't be talking when you're bitching to my bed.
Yeah, I'm a Gucci man, ask for my OnlyFans. Ask so fat, yeah, I might need a hand. Call me a dyke, I'd be turning bitches left and right. If I was your girl, she'd fall face for the night. It's a comeback.
What?
It's a comeback. It's a what? It's a motherfucking comeback. Yeah, we came back.
Yup.
Yeah, we are back.
Huh.
All these jealous rappers better watch their back.
So,
Watch that back, bitch.
So,
Watch that back, bitch.
So,
Watch that.
so,
Watch that.
so,
Watch
so,
that back, bitch. Wash your back, bitch.
Scrub.
Wash your back, bitch.
Scrub.
Wash your back, bitch. Ayy, soap and water, bitch. Soap and water, bitch.
Scrub.
Soap and water, bitch. In the shower, bitch. In the shower.
Hey,
hey yo,
hey,
hey yo,
hey.
hey yo. Big Papi
Production. Literally, it's madness, bruv. No, that don't make any sense, love. You need to get it together, bro. Cause you are at an all-time low. Cut your hair. Cut your hair.
Smells like a dirty piece of underwear. Please, I'm begging you, just cut your hair. Dreads are not for you, man. You're so white, please get a tan.
Cut your hair. Cut your hair. Walking around looking like a caveman. Black people do it doesn't mean that you can. Cultural appropriation. It's wrecking the freaking nation. I promise you, you don't look cool. In fact, you look like a big fat fool. Cut your hair. Cut your hair.
Man bun is ugly too. The amount of grease is like dirty shoe.
I don't want none if you got a man bun. Cut your hair. Cut your hair. Oh shit, it's
It's a rat. Just kidding, that's your hair. You disrespecting mice? That just ain't fair. You tryna be a Jedi, but you don't have the Force. If you chop it off, you won't feel remorse. Cut, cut, cut. Cut your hair. Cut, cut, cut. Cut your hair.
If you want to be a cool kid, just shave your head like Raya did. You can wear beanies that'll fit your head. I promise you'll be cool, just like we said.
Flipping Krabby Patties like SpongeBob. You niggas are broke, get a job. Got so many bands, I'm not talking rubber. Coming to my house, don't disrespect my mother. Sophia looks like Squidward. Maybe because she's a big nerd, but that's okay. She got all the hoes, and just like both feet, she stays 10 toes. Oh shit, it's a Krabby Patty. Oh shit, hoes call me daddy. Oh shit, it's a Krabby Patty. Oh shit, Sophia's a baddie. Hoes stay mad. She call me father like my name is Dad. Same in Black Forces every day. You niggas are in trouble, get out of the way. And Sophia stay being gay, but don't worry, that is okay. Oh shit, it's a Krabby Patty. Oh shit, hoes call me daddy. Oh shit, it's a Krabby Patty. Oh shit, Sophia's a baddie. Big Papi Productions.
This one goes out to all my baby mamas, all my baby's mamas, and most importantly, all my baby's mamas. This one's for you, baby mama.
His forces were black. His forces were black. He was gonna attack with his forces that are black. Walking down the street to pick up some meat, and then I saw someone break the law. This nigga was scary. This nigga was hairy. His name was probably Mary. Oh yeah, but this fool wasn't that cool. As soon as I looked at his shoes, my mind blew. Forces were black. His forces were black. He was gonna attack with his forces were black. I didn't know what to do. My face was practically blue. It's just this nigga with his shoes. His forces were black. His forces were black. He was gonna attack with his forces that are black. I was scared of my mind, I was afraid it's my time. Now I'm here singing this rhyme to warn y'all about these niggas in forces. They probably have several divorces. Maybe they eat some horses. Please stay away from these niggas in forces. Forces. These niggas in forces.
Hey mamas, I know it's late, but I was just thinking about you and me and you and us and you and me. I don't know. Call me back, I guess.
It all started when you said, hey mamas. You said I'm thicker than a smoothie from Jamba. With these bitches I don't want no drama, but you about to make me be your baby mama. All this time I've been looking and searching for a Buddha coma, like white people and men, like Sophia Ellen being faggot. I wanna love like this, like this. I wanna love like this. I wanna love like this. I wanna love like this. Yeah. I wanna love like this. I wanna love like fingers in a glove. You can be my helping hand, my right hand in man. When you wear that bun in the front of your forehead, it makes me wanna get right into your bed. I wanna love like this. 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 Bubba bruh. Bubba bruh. Bubba bruh. Bruh bruh bruh. Bubba bruh. Bruh bruh bruh. Bruh 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 bruh
Okay, hi. Hello to Slugtrial and to our evening audience. Sorry for those technical difficulties, but we got it going. And I wanted to thank again Big Papi Productions. Everyone should go check them out. My name is Sadie McCrae. My pronouns are she or they. And here we have Slugtrial. Would you mind telling us your name, pronouns, and a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Tier. I go by he, him pronouns. And I'm just a 17-year-old creative working on music and art and clothing, stuff like that.
Amazing, that's awesome. And I love your outfit today. I'm a big fan of the collared shirt fit. Yeah. Would you like to do, we have interview questions for you. Would you like to do a performance before them or after them?
I can do a song before, and then we can run through questions, and then I could do a song to end the live.
I love that. That's awesome. Let's totally do that. Cool.
Yeah. This one is called Frail. It's about feeling unable to get out of ruts, like feeling like it's become a habit and all you're used to. So you're like stuck in toxic behaviors or problematic coping mechanisms, and it gets to you. But yeah. It's the chance to change. Will I fuck it up all the same? Are you even listening? On the roof screaming at the stars. Is this what life's supposed to everything. I just need some sleep. Why do I want to die? Just ahead of me that I can't find. Can't find. Some pills and therapy, but it hasn't changed anything. Hasn't changed anything. I kept on trying to heal and grow. Convince myself I'm not alone. Feel out of place even in my home. Yeah. The only outcome that I see is getting all scared of everything. I don't want that for my soul. God, please don't let me go. Why do I want to die? There's stuff ahead of me that I can't find. Can't find. I'm trying to talk, still I'm traumatized. Can't look anyone in the eyes. Vision is cloudy, feeling paralyzed again. Worn out carcass, please just breathe me back to life. Perpetually sluggish, but God knows that I've been trying. Mom says that I'm looking rough. Try to wash some of the grime off. Stay awake after the sun is down. Need to find some way to leave town. Fuck. Why am I scared to change? Want nothing more than just to feel okay. Feel okay. I try to talk, still I'm traumatized. Won't let another thing pass me by. But still I'll try. That's frail.
That was awesome. So if we're gonna do questions, I wanted to say first, you're so awesome. I love your sound. I think you're so cool. Is there anywhere people can find your music online? As in where I can find
SoundCloud and YouTube, I think, right now, but I'm working on dropping an EP really soon, probably right after New Year's, and that'll be up everywhere because I'm gonna get it on distribution and stuff.
Yeah, I'll look out for it. That's so awesome.
Be fun.
That's so cool. I wanted to know, we try to highlight identity here at Youth Power PDX, and I wanted to know what's an identity that you have that that's important to you.
Probably biracial, being Hispanic and like white, because I've grown up with a lot of like Spanish heritage, and that's been super cool. From my mom, and then from my dad, it's been white guy stuff, which is fun. And it's all made me into someone that I feel like I can have diverse looks on people. I haven't just had one little bubble in my life, so I can really vibe with a lot of different types of lifestyles. I've also like, I'm trying to think of a good way to answer the question. Can you read the question one more time?
Yeah, just what's an identity that you have that's important to you?
I think probably like mental health advocate more than anything.
Totally.
Like, yeah, I feel like with my music and with just the last 3 years of my life, a big part of who I am as a human is because of mental health and recovery and getting treatment and stuff like that. And I want to make it less of a taboo in the conversation, especially in music, which is cool because there's a lot of artists now coming up that are a lot more open about talking about those kind of shit, that kind of scary stuff and sad stuff that's kind of embarrassing to talk about sometimes.
Yeah, I think that's amazing. And I wanted to ask, do you write your music? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
about your writing process and sort of like what inspires your music?
That's a good question. I think the biggest inspiration for writing this last EP has probably just been when I was like a couple years back. I had a really bad attempt, and I ended up in the hospital for like 6 months, and it was a hard time of my life, and it was a lot of growth. But in that time, I found so much catharsis and comfort in just like getting thoughts out on paper, journaling and stuff like that. It wasn't really song structures at that time, it was more poems. But as I got better and I got access to my guitar, and just I started using those poems and structuring them into more song type things. And once I did that a few times, I was like, hey, maybe I can write a song. But it was still coming from that place of I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm feeling down, or I'm feeling stressed out about something, or sad about something. And it's a way to like take it out of my head, write it down, and then I can like put it away, compartmentalize it a little bit, and like get it out of my brain so it stops rattling. I think with the EP especially, it's been like kind of a coming of age record, because I'm 17 now and I'm turning 18 in April. And that's scary. That's like, it's nerve wracking because I don't necessarily want to be 18. I don't feel ready to be 18. But it's something that's unavoidable and just kind of creeping. And that's been a big inspiration the last few months. It's just like, what am I gonna do? Where am I gonna go? Is life gonna pan out? Who knows? But yeah, just like life stuff.
Yeah, I think channeling that stuff into music is like, I don't know, it's just such a beautiful way to
Yeah.
make music. Yeah, I try to do the same thing though, not as well as you. I can't write songs, but you totally can. Awesome. And I wanted to know, like, how is like music and like mental health advocacy, or like, sorry, let me start over. How has music and mental health advocacy like gone hand in hand for you, and like how has that sort of activism like influenced your art?
It's been really cool to find kind of subcultures of musicians who are like not weird about talking about mental health. And that's super rad because I think there's a lot of places in entertainment right now where it's still a weird conversation and people don't take it seriously, or it's like it's a weird thing to talk about. And I feel like ever since I've really started writing honestly about shit, like stuff that's not fun necessarily, but it's honest, I feel like there's other musicians and just creatives and people that come out of the woodwork and they're like, yo, you're being not scared to show the sad, I don't know, embarrassing feelings. So why don't I? And I think that's really cool.
Yeah, totally. I wanted to ask, like, do you have any of those musicians you could name for us, or just some inspirations that you have?
Ooh, that's good. I think he played earlier, Santino. Yeah, he's really a good writer. I have my friend Gabe. I have this guy named Charles. Go by Sky Chaser. Crazy good production. But like everybody, a lot of these local Portland people seem to be a lot more open with like that conversation and taking it seriously, not just like throwing it under the rug or pretending like it's not there. And I think that's something that's not talked about as much in the music scene as it should be. I feel like labels should get more mental health stuff involved because you're taking kids and throwing them in crazy situations and then not giving them the resources to like stay grounded.
Yeah, I think that like with that, I'm just thinking about like how at Youth Power PDX, I feel like we should, like, I don't know, spotlighting mental health is so important because mental health for youth is so like good mental health for youth is so difficult. And
Exactly.
yeah. And I wanted to ask, like, are there any projects, any songs on your new EP maybe that you're like, or even any lyrics that you're like really proud of that you feel like showing this?
Yeah. It's actually one on the next song I was gonna play called Jesus Don't Be Shy Please. And the line is, but who do I talk to? The pastors, when they've all got their own truths to market while I'm left here seeking comfort. and that line's talking about, I grew up Christian, and I'm not really Christian anymore, but I grew up with that sense of faith, and there was a sense of comfort there in that you had something to fall back on. But over time, like, I started to lose that faith or that feeling, and music's kind of filled that void for the time being, and that's really cool. Because even when I was at church, I was on the youth group and that's how I got started playing music, was playing in the youth group, and that was super fun, but it definitely felt not exactly me. And so that line, talking about like talking to pastors and talking to religious leaders, and it feels like everybody has their own spin on it. Nobody has like the exact truth. It's just interpretations. And with humans being so flawed, it feels like it's hard for me to take those interpretations and take them as fact. Like, and then the book, there's also a line, at first I thought I took the words wrong, so I read them twice. Bigoted standards and unanswered questions, I'm left with a book of advice. And that line was talking about just, I don't know, it feels like there's a lot of good advice in the the Bible. And it's been really impactful to me, my youth and just growing up, because there's a lot of good, just human decency stuff in there, but there's also a lot of not good stuff. And so it's been interesting for me growing up and writing about that, but that's a big one. It's lyric.
No, I think that's amazing. I had a lot of like thoughts in there that I'm a little tired, but I just want to say that I think that that's amazing writing, and I think that you're awesome. And yeah, no, I like the idea of like the people like when like that you were supposed to look up to and take their word as fact, and then you're like, you're just a person like me.
Yeah, you're just as flawed as I don't know how to, like, that's odd.
Yeah, like why do you have this influence when we think the same? Yeah. I just
Exactly.
I just have one more question before we get your last song. I just wanted to know, and I think you asked this yesterday, but or yesterday? I don't. What did you? One of the days. But I'm just wondering, like, what does youth intersectional power mean to you, and how does this like impact your music?
Oh, this has been super impactful for my music because you guys are giving me an opportunity. I feel like intersectional youth power is like people of all different walks of life coming together for common grounds to like solve issues, create social change, and like as a unit, as a group of kids, because sometimes it's really hard to like get through to adults, and we have to be giant groups of kids to be like, hear us, listen please. And I think that's been super cool, especially in like the last few months, seeing the protests down in Portland. It's been like a lot of youth. It's a lot of kids who are just like done with injustice and done putting up and just seeing shit go down and not feeling that they're capable of doing anything. So we're doing something, and I think that's really cool. Just everyone coming together. That's, I think, what it means to me. Everyone coming together.
Yeah, that kind of reminds me of like we had a climate justice panel earlier, and it was like a bunch of youth just talking about like nobody's taking this, so we're taking it. And I think that that's
Exactly.
yeah, I don't know, that's awesome.
Just on waiting. Like, people want change instead of just waiting for someone to do it. So we're gonna do it.
Yeah, and I love thinking of intersectional youth power as like unity, as like people, I don't know, like a whole. I think that's
it's like a community of people.
Yeah, totally. Well, we're ready for your last song. I am excited for your last song. Thank you so much for coming on Slugtrial.
Thank you so much. It was so fun. This one's called Jesus, Please Don't Be Shy. Wait, no, I need capo. It's capo 4. Last set I played Deb on the wrong capo, and I had a crazy voice crack. It was crazy. It was rad. Super cool stuff. It's like talking to a wall every night. Words bounce back. Do they ever mean a dime to you? Going in circles of things. I've had enough of it. Believing in something out of fear. Punishment Some days I miss the comfort of a God alone. Plus fears of the unknown, thought everything was but its own. Say a prayer for me, please, because I really think I'd like to believe that the doubt's so out and I really need a helping hand. I'm holding out my hands. At first I thought I took the words wrong, so I read them twice. Bigoted standards and unanswered questions. I'm left with a book of advice, but who do I talk to? The pastors. And they've all got their own truths to market. Well, I'm left here seeking comfort, but God, I'm cold. So say a prayer for me, please, because I really think I'd like to believe that so loud and I really need a helping hand. Jesus, see anything, goddamn, cause God, I'm feeling bruised. Take anything to feel brand new, anything to feel closer to you. Tony Thomas, that's what they called me, because I question all the things I can't see right in front of me. Who should I talk to? Cause I've been trying with you. That's what they all said to do. So why can't I feel you too? Say a prayer for me, please, cause I really think I'd like to believe, but the doubt's so loud, I really need a helping hand. Jesus, see anything, goddamn, I'm feeling bruised. Take anything to feel brand new. Take anything to feel a little closer to you.
That was amazing. You were so awesome. You are such a talented songwriter and singer, and I'm so excited for your EP.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Well, thank you so much for participating in our event. You are awesome.
Thank you for the opportunity. I had such a great time.
Yeah, you're the best. Can you tell people where to find you online? Can you tell me where?
Just Slugtrial at Slugtrial anywhere. It's Instagram, Snapchat, TikTok, all of it.
Awesome. You are the best. And to our audience, come back in 10 minutes to see Mayanna. And thank you again, Slugtrial.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Hi. Hello to Mayanna and to our audience today. Welcome to the final performance of our second to last day of Speak Up, Sing Out events. My name is Sadie McCrae. My pronouns are she or they, and I'm very excited for our next performance. May, would you be able to tell us your name, pronouns, and a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, totally. My name is Mayanna. I use she, her pronouns. And I'm a high school senior from Portland, just, playing my guitar, I guess. Yeah, it's for fun and because I like making music.
Totally. I have some interview questions for you. Would you rather I ask them now or after your set?
I don't have a preference. We can do whatever you prefer.
Okay, then we'd love to hear you perform now whenever you're ready.
All right, cool. This first one is actually from a movie. Maybe you've seen it, Kiki's Delivery Service. And I grew up on Ghibli movies, so thought I would share. 小さい頃は神様がいて Sorry, I have this all screwed up. This is my bad.
Totally fine.
One more time. Where do I have it? Okay, right here. Sorry about that, guys. I have it too low. This is Yasashi-san ni tsutsumareta tanara. It's like to be engulfed in gentleness, kind of is what that means. 小さい頃は神様がいて不思議な夢を叶えてくれた優しい気持ちで目覚めた朝は大人になっても奇跡は起こるよカーテンを開いて静かな木漏れ日の優しさに包まれたならきっと目に映るすべてのことはメッセージ小さい頃は神様がいて毎日愛を届けてくれた心の奥にしまい忘れた大切な箱光る時は今雨上がりの庭で口なしを香りの優しさに包まれたならきっと目に映るすべてのことはメッセージカーテンを開いて静かな木漏れ日の優しさに包まれたならきっと目に映るすべてのことはメッセージ Thank you. This next one is an original. If you've heard me play before, you've probably heard this song before. I wrote it a while ago. It's kind of about all of the girls in my life, whom I love and whom are, that doesn't make sense grammatically. They're just girls in my life. They're so cool and I love them. So I wrote a song about all of them. It's called This Girl. Pretty face, she's not just pretty face, she's got pretty heart and a pretty soul. She covers up with snappy insults, she's quick to speak, it takes its toll. I wanna know her, I wanna see her, I wanna know what she's been through. I wanna hear her, I wanna help her, I want her to tell me what to do. This girl is a sinner, cold as Michigan's winters, she's got nothing to lose. slow's gotten steeper. She's fighting to prove. Another book, she's not just another book, she's not another story I can read. Wanna hear her, I want her to help me, I want to see her standing next to me. This girl is a sinner, cold as a Michigan's winters. She's got nothing to lose. Then you look a bit deeper, see the slope's gotten steeper. She's fighting to prove she's worth so much more than it seems, more than the grades and the broken hearts or temper, maybe. Prove she can be whoever she wants to be. Serve her country or play music, be a writer, maybe. This girl is a sinner, cold as a Michigan's winters. She's got nothing to lose. Then you look a bit deeper, see the slope's gotten steeper. She's fighting to prove. Thank you. And I have one more for you guys tonight. By the way, my name is Mayana, again, Meinna. You can find me on Instagram, MeiaPDX, MEIAPDX. And I have links on there if you're enjoying this. So check me out, and thank you guys all so much for having me tonight. Thanks to Andre, of course, wherever he is watching, always. But yeah, thank you for having me. This is a classic, we all know it. This is my own special bilingual little arrangement of it, so maybe you'll recognize it. Almost heaven, West Virginia, Blue Ridge Mountain, Shenandoah River. Life is old there, older than the trees, younger than the mountains, blowing like a breeze. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Country roads. Ipo ipochi osorezu ni ikiyoうと夢見てた寂しさを押し込めて強い自分を守っていこう Country road この道ずっと行けばあの街に続いてる気がする Country road I hear her voice in the morning hour she calls me The radio reminds me of my home far away Driving down the road I get the feeling that should have been home yesterday Yesterday Country road この道ずっと行けばあの country roads, country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, take me home, down country roads. Thank you.
That was so good. I was not expecting you to pull out that song, and I am so glad you did.
I have played it many times, and you'd think you'd get tired of it, but it's so much fun, and everyone knows it. So
It's a good classic. Well, that was amazing, and I feel I'm obligated to tell you that ever since I saw you at the Pika Warehouse a while back at the Night Out for Safety and Liberation, I have been a big fan.
oh my gosh, thank you so much.
I just want to let you know, I was really happy to find out that you were going to be on one of these events, and I was even happier to find out that I was going to be hosting one of the days. So
Oh my gosh, that's so cool.
just I was listening to your music on SoundCloud. It's just awesome. You're the best.
Thank you. Thank you.
But I do have some interview questions. I will stop fangirling if you're ready for those.
Yeah, of course.
So I wanted to know what's an identity you have that's important to you?
Well, in case you couldn't tell, my last show the other day was not like it was all in English, but today I was just feeling Japan vibes for some reason. I am half Japanese. My mother is from Japan, and I'm in the JMP program, so it's Richmond Tabor Grant. So I go to Grant High School and I'm in the JMP program. So it's just always, I don't know, like the Japanese American community in Portland has just always been a part of my life. And so music and festivals and everything, it's all in my head. And the movies, Ghibli, I was raised on Ghibli, so that's obviously impacted what music I play.
Ghibli has life-changing movies. I was actually planning on watching Howl's Moving Castle today. It seems like fate.
So good. So good.
Yeah, I wanted to know like how, I think you sort of touched on this, but I'm wondering like how has that identity of you being Japanese American like influenced your music?
I did a little bit. I will say, the Ghibli movies, both of these songs tonight that were in Japanese, I guess the Country Roads not so much. Well, yes. They're both, from Ghibli movies. The first one was from Kiki's Delivery Service. The second one from Mimio Sumaseba, Whisper of the Heart. It's the like violin one. So they're both kind of like I know them from Ghibli movies. We have a CD of like songs from Ghibli movies. They're absolutely gorgeous. They're so good. But I really, really like the woman who does a lot of the songs for Kiki's Delivery Service, and I've listened to her and I like a lot of her songs. So
yeah. Have you like taken anything from her music like into your own writing?
Oh, maybe. She has such a gorgeous voice, just a really like pure, very like young sounding, beautiful, like folky voice. And I like to think that I've sort of brought some of that into my music. I kind of channel her a little bit, especially when I'm doing her songs, but also at times I'm like, I wanna sound like Yumi. She's so cool.
Yeah, totally. I'll look into some of her music. I feel like I haven't listened to like studio, like I don't think I've listened to Kiki's Delivery Service music. Now I have to.
Howl's Moving Castle, though, the score for that movie is gorgeous.
So good. It's so gorgeous. Yeah, it's my happy music. And I wanted to ask, I think did you touch on this? I don't know. But like how did you get into music and how has it impacted your life since?
I have like started taking lessons or went to camps at Ethos Music Center. It's like right down the street from me. So that kind of was like the basis of everything music. But if we're sticking on the Japanese American topic, music, singing in a different language really helps, keep the language in your head. So one thing that we do in Japanese classes is we sing in Japanese. And so there are a lot of songs that I play they'll be like old songs from the 90s or something that these moms are like, how do you know that song? And I'm like, oh, well, my Japanese teacher makes us sing it. So yeah, I think I've learned a lot of songs that way.
Yeah, totally. And I wanted to ask a little switch in gears. I just realized how close we are to the end. But I wanted to ask, like, what are some issues that are important to you, like social justice wise or personally?
Oh my gosh, I was not prepared for this question. I get pulled in so many different directions. There are so many things happening in the world right now, and like what everyone wants, I'm sure, is just, we all want things to get better. And I try to show up for as many things as I possibly can. And it's hard to stretch yourself in all sort of different directions. But I try to donate what I can to um, what is the organization called? The red one, Save the Children. I've donated multiple times to them, and I don't know. It's you see a lot of things on the internet, and so you get pulled so many different ways. And so I don't know. I've raised money with art projects and shows and stuff, so that I can donate to them and also to Black Lives Matter. It's, I don't know, as much as I can do.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, and I'm wondering, like, does your involvement influence your music, or does I asked this question on an earlier show, and they kind of talked about like the creativity of like the Black Lives Matter movements this year, and I'm just wondering, like, is there any sort of activism that has influenced your creativity at all?
um I will say, like, you kind of there have been, there's so many events now that have kind of been centered around, like, getting voices out. And so that's kind of something where, like, you go and you hear other people's poetry and music, and that's so cool and so inspiring. I just going to marches and hearing people speak, it's like sometimes it's like, oh my god, are they improvising? Because that was poetry out of their mouth right there. um, it it makes you want to create as well. And then also music, and there have been shows that Andre has, that I've gotten from him, um, that have supported the cause. And so I guess that, yeah, there's a lot of, sorry, I started one way and then I went another way. There are so many beautiful speakers out there. It's insane. But yeah, it's really inspiring.
I will agree with that one. I'm doing this event and I'm seeing all of these beautiful speakers out there. It's awesome. And you've already been asked this question, but I think that it's a good question to answer multiple times because there's so many answers. So I wanted to know, what does intersectional youth power mean to you?
I think that it's, to me, I said this the other night, it's a lot of different young people, from different backgrounds, from different lives, from different opinions, coming together and empowering each other, and um, creating art and making music, and being together and being empowered.
Yeah, totally. Does that empowerment like affect your music at all, or like I don't know, or even like your performances? I'm wondering.
Oh yeah, totally. There's definitely a vibe from people when you're like with people and you're performing with people, and you're loving it and they're loving it, and you're just all kind of loving the moment together. It's just so, there's so much energy there. It's so cool. And it's also, I mean, I have a tendency to write songs about people. It's always, people in my life, usually people my age. So, my friends inspire me.
Totally. Yeah, I feel the same way. And I think like this event and people like you, artists, inspire me to create art as well. And so I just want to thank you for being out there and for performing. And I just, would you be able to tell our audience one last time where they can find you online?
Yes, you can find me on Instagram, MEIA PDX. I have links on there. Um, yeah, there's a link in my Instagram bio for a bunch of stuff. Actually, I think the link right now is to this event, but I'll change it back.
And I
Anyway.
think we have your Spotify link on your page on our website, so
All right, cool.
there at some point.
Oh yeah, it's a whole train. It'll
Yeah.
work.
Yeah, because I started Spotify. Were you I think that on your Spotify or on your SoundCloud there was like a cover of like God Only Knows. Was that you?
Yeah.
I love that cover.
Yeah, a friend of mine and I, we put an album together a while ago. I've been meaning to like record my own stuff and haven't done it, but it's like the only real big thing that I have. It's on SoundCloud. Yeah, Dear Zenzi.
Yeah.
Check it out.
Well, I will be following for more of Maya's music. Everyone else should as well. And thank you for showing up here today.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. And I'd like to just thank everyone involved in this event, everyone at Youth Power PDX, and our performers. And thanks to our sponsors, who you can see more about on our sponsors page on our website. And show up again at 3 p.m. tomorrow for a performance from Cruz Delgadillo and our second and final Youth Corps panel. Good night, everyone.